Hey, welcome back and happy Sunday to everyone. This is Donja Knife and Tool. Just wanted to do like a recap, update, and I got a few things on the table here, maybe a little sneak preview of things to come. First up, I want you guys to always look for the deals. Alright, I showed you guys, did a video on the Petrified Fish Viper, which is still outstanding. Still can't find anything wrong with this thing besides the fact that the blade is scary as heck. What I did was I always keep the stuff in my cart on the old Jungle website, and they'll go on sale. I'll have a coupon, and when that happens, that's usually when I'll buy. So I got this for probably about $45. But the best part is when I did, they had another deal going, and Petrified Fish sent me this. It says, "Gifts in honor of Petrified Fish's 7th anniversary celebration." And it says, "Not for sale" on the bottom there. And when I open it up, you can see we have kitchen shears. So you can see it's got the PF logo right on that. And I mean, these things sound pretty cool. And as a free gift, nothing wrong with that. So these will get used. I'll use these as kitchen shears or something like that next time I'm cooking. But my point is, whatever you're looking to buy, there's always going to be a deal out there. So keep your eyes open. For instance, I wanted the new Hogue Misto, right? And I got this on a Labor Day sale. And first of all, I don't think I did a video on this too. I don't think I pointed out how insanely awesome this hardware is. It's all textured. Okay, it's proprietary in-house. All of the hardware is extremely grippy, making this thing just much more better than I even thought it could be. But, whatever. USA made Hogue. Now, this was a Blade HQ purchase. Okay, so not only was it on a Labor Day sale, I think it was down to $144. They also have deals. You spend a certain amount, you're going to get free shipping and stuff like that. They also had, if you spend a certain amount, you get a free knife. And the free knife I got was the Buck, made in USA. So USA Buck for free. And it says Rival 3 on the back there. And this is the knife. Okay. It says USA on the blade. Pretty sharp. Plastic handle. Alright, this is not an expensive knife. I cannot find a Rival 3 for sale. Okay, so I don't know if it's just a line. Blade HQ has knives made for them. They're a big company. But the closest I'm going to find is like a 283 Bantam Buck. Looks just like it's on Amazon for $33.95. And, it's kind of difficult to close. Like, it's not going to close on you. I mean, it's got great lockup. But yeah, it's hard. It's got to break in. If you're a fidgety knife person, this ain't for you. But this I will carry as a work knife in my back pocket. So this is great work knife, I'm not going to carry this to work. Okay? I'd cry if I dropped this in the swamp. If I accidentally drop this in the swamp, or, I always use the Ozark Trail as the reference knife. This is a $10 knife, and it's the same thing as a Benchmade bug up. Not as good. Not as good. Which brings me to another point I'll get to in a minute. But if you want a fidgety buck knife, I did a video on the Buck Highline. This thing is extremely fun. And this is probably a little more pricey than the $33 one, but you're still under $50 with this. And there's 2 different sizes in this, so don't be duped. Do your research. Do not listen to anybody else until you know the facts yourself. Don't even listen to what I'm saying until you do your own research. Everybody could make a mistake and be wrong. I could be one of them. So always do your own research. Thank you. Speaking of deals, what do we have next on the table? This thing is still the Grow 973. This is still was one of my favorite beasts of a knife. I mean, the action is insane. Look at it with the reference knife size. Now, again, I always use this as a reference knife, the Ozark Trails, because if you're already a knife guy, you know what a bug out is. the Benchmade bug out, and this is pretty much a copy of it. And or if you're not, you can buy these for $10 at Wally World. So look at the size difference on this thing. So now this, the effing grow, is 29 something right now on Amazon. A choice of 3 different colors, and I'm not getting paid by effing grow, just so you guys know. I'm not sponsored. I buy all my own knives, but I like this thing so much that there's also right now, I just checked before I started the video, is a 10% coupon. You get this for under $25. Now, just like all the Ozark Trail ones, okay, same thing with this. The pivot loosened up, okay, and started getting sloppy there because the screw back's out. All right, now you're not going to get that with a Hogue USA or, you know, any of the hard. I didn't have to do anything to this buck. This is not a USA made buck. I'm sure I'll never have to do anything to this buck. I didn't have to do anything to the PF Petrified Fish, the Viper. Like, these are in the $50, you know, range type areas, where these are, this is, you know, over the $25, under $30 mark, but this is a big blade it's swinging around. All right, so the cure is you take out the little screw with a little torque. Thing is a T9, and I think I've said this before. The Loctite I'm using now is the orange Loctite, no more of the blue, because guess what? The Ozark Trails came with blue, and it just doesn't hold. If you're going to flick this thing open and close 100 times a night, the blue Loctite's not going to hold. All right, so I've switched to orange. Check that out. Going forward, you take the screw out, you put one little drop on the thread here, run it back in. All right, you run it back in till it's snug, and then you check your blade play. And you don't want to make it too tight, so you just want to make sure you still have your flippability. All right, and that cures it. And now this is a bulletproof knife that I can trust. Same thing with the new Ozark Trails Elevation. All right, again, great piece. Okay, button lock. All right, it's got the what is it, 12CN? It says right on here, doesn't it? Yeah, 12C27 steel, which is really good, equivalent to D2. Aluminum backspace, or I thought that was going to be plastic. G10 steel liners. For $25, you can't beat this. I've had a lot of fun with this, but I opened and closed it dramatically, and the pivot loosened up a little bit. Not a big deal. There was a little blue Loctite on here. Okay, I took the screw out, put a drop of the orange, ran it back in, good to go. Never going to loosen up again. Now, funny enough, this reminds me of something, and which is the DEFCON Tier 2. Now, what I did last night is I put both of these in the hands of my lovely lady, and I gave her this one. I said, just open and close it, you know, use the thumb studs, use the button lock, whatever. She's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then I said, now try this one. I told her nothing of price or anything else like that, and she came to the same exact conclusion that I did, and probably everybody else will. This is really good. The Ozark Trail Elevation for $25. If that's your range and that's your budget, that's fine. This just feels better. Listen to the lockup on that. I'm also doing this with my left hand, guys, so you know it sounds a little softer. This one has a lighter blade and a heavier handle because of the steel, I guess, the steel liners. This one's got way more weighted, all right, because you got 2 slabs of aluminum here and the 14C28, I believe, blade. Yeah, 14C28N. So those differences makes this almost twice the price, but you can tell when it's in your hand, and that's the difference. You know, you can do anybody with a blind test on these, and they're going to give you the same exact answer, pretty much. I'm pretty sure of that. But it depends. Do you want to spend $45 or do you want to spend $25? You know, they both do the same thing. Both decent steels, both good materials, whatever. All good stuff there. So, all right, buck knives there, and all right, last but not least, dun, 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 I did a sneak preview of this already on my channel page under posts. Okay, there's some pictures of the build. This is a prototype. Okay, so we got the Danja logo on one side, and of course we have the, if I can get that in there, the American flag, made in USA. Hard to see on this camera, sorry about that. But yeah, we'll do a review on this. I'm still playing with this, getting it dialed in, you know, testing it on stuff. But it's a tool, scraper, cutter, a whole bunch of things are going on here. This is a black micarta with a green G10 liner in there, and that's your sneak preview. That's it. You'll have to wait for the whole video and the review, and we'll test it, and we'll do all sorts of other stuff. I think that's it. I got to show you guys everything I wanted to show you today. Look for the deals. All right, they're out there. All right, and just always do your own research. And I think that's it for now. Let me know if you got something out of this video, if you learned something. At the end of the video, you can always hit the button for a subscribe, and that really helps out the channel. Thanks for now. See you on the next one.